This is Black History Month, and we're having Still Band, Black Museum, the Inventions of different things. It's been put on mainly by the Jane-Finch Concerned Citizens Organization, located at Yorkwoods Mall.
I'm Sabrina Gopaul, and I'm with Jane-Finch.com. Today we've got an event going on at the Yorkwoods Theatre where they're celebrating the Black History Month. There's numerous venues going on here. There's special panel speakers. We've got Black Inventors display case here, and downstairs we've got the moving Black Museum. We had a turnout of at least about 10 schools within the Jane-Finch family riding, and they came for a whole day of events, of workshops and art activities that were going on in the far back. And the events continue on through tonight till about 8 o'clock. We've got dancers from Umoja that will be here, as well as there's drumming events and a lot of inspirational speakers that are down there speaking to our young youth, and our, I guess the parents as well are down there.
Hi, my name is Pastor Ken Housley. I'm with the Church of God Seventh Day. We're on Lakeshore, just near Islington. And we're a community church, very diversified church. I work hand in hand with brother or Pastor Kent Cornwall. And we're here to celebrate Black History Month. Black history goes back a long, long, long way, further than most people actually realize. When Noah stepped off the ark, he had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And Ham later populated Egypt, which was called the land of Ham. And if you go downstairs and you look at the museum there, you'll see all the exhibits and the Cushites and their very noble royal throne. And they were a great nation. And this is just the very, very dawn of history that man knows about. So history of the black nations go back throughout all the birth of civilization.
Why is it events like this is important for our youth, especially what's going on in today's society with all the gun violence?
Well, violence, I mean, being Christians, we are a peaceful people. Christ taught us to be at peace with one another. And in our church, you'll find many different nationalities there. And if we can work together in our community and in our church, I think we can extend that out into the community. We would like to invite people to come and learn how to get along, how to be, in peace with each other, in accord with each other.
What did you guys learn about Black History Month?
That there was a lot of black leaders, and they did a lot of stuff for us.
Oh, yeah? And what did you learn about Black History Month? So what are you wasting your time here?
No.
What did you learn about Black History Month? What was your favorite display? Did you see anything you liked?
Yeah.
What did you like?
The guy who invented ice cream.
Ice cream? Say it. Give me a 5. You kill me. What did you like about Black History Month?
The African drums, Umoja.
Oh, okay.
No?
So you had a good time?
Yeah.
All right.
My name is T.R. Jackson. I'm originally from Guyana, and I have been collecting this information for the last 40 years. What one sees here is just a small tip of the iceberg. It is much more than this. I have decided to widen African history and not just center on the North American scene. African history takes into consideration first the origins of mankind, starts there and then ends with the European colonization. Anything after that should only be considered footnotes. Now, what happened between the origins of man and the European colonization? One has to take into consideration the Punic Wars, the Egyptian civilization, Nubia, Ethiopia, the influences. Africa had a classical period. Africa had an imperial period, an imperial age. Africa had a profound influence in Rome, in Europe. The Punic Wars, for example, this lasted for over 100 years, the First, Second, and Third Punic Wars. We see the establishment of an African military genius, Hannibal of Carthage, who fought and defeated the Roman army in the Battle of Cannae. His method of warfare is still being used or taught in the military institutions around the world today. Then one speaks of Taharqa, which assisted the Hebrews in liberating Jerusalem 701 BC. And then we speak of African legions in the Roman army, which was stationed along the Rhine, Yugoslavia. Eventually the Theban Legion was all exterminated because the leader, St. Maurice, refused to exterminate on orders of the emperor 20,000 Gauls. So the whole legion was exterminated. He became the patron saint of Germany. And then it was taken into consideration the Moorish invasion, and then European civil conflicts of which Africans were part of the whole scene. The Battle of Trafalgar, the Battle of Waterloo, the Battle of New Orleans, the Trojan Wars. Africans were part of the scene. And then we had the European colonial wars, the Zulu Wars, the Ashanti Wars, the wars in the Middle East, and so forth. Then, of course, we can't leave out the Haitian Revolution, which is unprecedented in the annals of history. Here you had the slave army, made up mainly of slaves who, after being treated so badly, rose up and defeated 3 European armies, the British Army, the Spanish Army, and finally Napoleon's army, November 18, 1803, the Battle of Ortiz, and changed the history or electrified all the revolutionary movements in the Americas. The Haitian Revolution is second to none, be it American, British, Russian. It shook the world and forced Napoleon to sell Louisiana to the United States for $15 million. The United States was able to expand its borders west of the Mississippi and became a world power. So the Haitians, our brothers and sisters in Haiti, have done a great job. Despite what is being said today, it's fait accompli. Nothing can be done, nothing can be taken away from our people. We have fought some of the best European, defeated the British Army, which was once led by Lord Simcoe and Thomas Maitland, and then the Spanish Army. The British Army suffered one of the greatest military defeats in history by that slave army. One must take into account this was, I shall emphasize again, a slave army defeating the best the Europeans had. I thank you.
Well, I'm Ron, and I'm a Caribbean artist from Jamaica. I've just gotten here last year, May, and doing a lot of networking in the art community to see how best I can fit my art in, because I paint from a black perspective. I'm an African artist. You know, I'm living in Jamaica, but I just got here, and I paint an intuitive technique. I use watercolor, acrylics, and oil, and I'm here today participating on behalf of the J.C.C.O. Just to see how I can make connection with people and see how best I can get my work on the market to sell. Well, I was inspired for doing art from an early age. I've been painting from I was going to preschool, and then I leave that and went into mechanical engineering at high school, and then I featured back into art in 1990, start painting seriously from then. I've won quite a few awards back in Jamaica through the JCDC. And I mean, since then, I'm just going on and on and on. Well, what I've noticed here in Toronto is that you don't have much, not so much African artists who paint from an African perspective. I noticed that the art community is mostly within a white perspective. But I think my work will take good here in Toronto on the art field because there are a lot of people who is very receptive to my paintings, and it's very colorful, as you can see. I paint with diverse colors, and I'm looking forward and see if I can make a life here within art.
This dress that I'm wearing actually is made in Nigeria, in Edo State, and Edo State actually is the cradle of cultural civilization in Nigeria. It's a place where people use their skills, like especially handmade, to make dresses, craft that has been recognized all over the world, particularly in Great Britain. So the one that I'm wearing right now, as you can see, is two sets. This one is what we call shokoto. And shokoto in the West, it means pants. And then the top one is, the buba. And this buba signifies a sort of a crown. And usually when we dress like this in Africa, it reflects our cultural heritage. It sends a message to people what unifies us together as, a community. And that is what we are trying to portray here today as well in Canada. The purpose of this dress that I put on now is to show to African Canadians how dressing or dress code defines your cultural background. And this is a very, very significant thing, and it's important here today that we recognize the value of our dress, and we're going to do everything within our possible to promote our culture by all means. I'm glad to mention that J.F.C.C.O, that's Jane-Finch Concerned Citizens Organization, we have a sewing program right now where people actually acquire this kind of skill in Canada. What we do there is that we give them from the basic to advanced sewing skills. And a lot of our graduates are now, self-employed, taking care of themselves economically rather than depending on the system, and which is a very good thing. So obviously we are out there or out here today to celebrate the Black History Month by reflecting on all our cultural heritage. And I'm glad to be part of this celebration today. Thank you very much.
Today is our Black History Month event, the Jane-Finch Black History Month event. Should be looking at you. And it's hosted by the Toronto Housing, True 18 and True 17, and the J.F.C.C.O, which is the Jane-Finch Concerned Citizens Organization.
And how did the event go today?
The event went pretty well today. There was lots of students. This morning we had about 1,000 students from various schools across the community. And now inside we have different dignitaries. We have Julian Fantino that just arrived. We have the CEO of Toronto Housing. We have the tree managers of Toronto Housing. We also have the director of the Toronto School Board. We have a lot of various dignitaries that are here at this event.
And tell me a little bit about the process of getting something like this together in such a short period of time.
Exactly. That's something. Lots of sleepless nights. I'm extremely tired. Just really haven't slept. Did a lot of media releases. Just did so much work, but it all came together. So I'm really, really excited. You can see by the turnout that we had.